Thank you so much for joining this session. All right, so the next topic is developing a master project with sub-projects. All right, so for example, if we are having a multiple projects at a time and you are one single project manager, and it will be really tough to manage all the projects within one project file because, for example, if one project has like 500 activities and you are managing like 7 to 8 projects, so you can understand that how many activities we have to manage at one time. So it will be really difficult to manage all the projects within one simple file. And sometimes we have to develop an integrated setup for different project managers also. Like if we have multiple project team and multiple project managers, we can even assign a particular project to anyone. And that all the sub projects are going to be integrated with one master file so that you can use and track the things accordingly. It is very useful in some of the organization that used to have a centralized management. For example, we can consolidate all projects under one particular project manager site, and he can control and oversight accordingly. Also, where we have a resource allocation, where we have a resource constraint, we can even enable the resource allocation and resource over allocation. We can control that by managing them, utilizing them easily and more efficiently. It will also enhance the communication within the teams if we have a different project manager, so we can rely on multiple kind of information and cross communication to update all the project individually and as well as centralized as well. And obviously it will offer a lot of progress tracking easiness. And last of that the main advantage will be like the scalability of the project. Like for example, we are having 5 projects, and out of nowhere we have to manage another 2 projects, and we can link those sub projects within our main project so that the other projects did not get disrupted. So we can do such a things with with developing a master project within a sub project individually. All right, so let's do that operation. Like we will be developing a one master project file, and then we will be managing some certain individual projects within that. And we'll understand how it is work, how we can link them, and what are the main things we have to take care of. All right, so let's talk about this first project we already been developing, and this has some initiation activities already. Some of the initiation activities we have in there. Then we have some meetings in there, and we have learned a lot of customization thing. And the good thing is that all the customizations that we have made in will automatically be accommodated in the master file with one single step. I'll show you in the next message. All right, so we can see that we have this project ready. So the first thing first, when we will be developing a master sub-project file, so what we need to do is we need to bring on the project summary task. We can say that this project has initiation, but it has an ID 1 and WBS 1, which says that it may be the first part of project. Like we can, when we used to have the execution or planning, it can get to 2. So that won't remain a summary task. But when we're developing a sub project, it is very necessary to bring a project summary task. And we know that how to do that because we have to go to the Gantt chart format under it, and we can see the show hide option, the project summary task. As we click on that, we can see a project summary task will automatically be created. And that has a ID 0 and the WPS 1. If we just collapse it, we can see the complete project goes underneath of it. If we expand it, the whole project will get up. So that is the one project summary task that has been linked with the first project. And let's call this as project 1. Okay, we will be developing some sub projects, and then we will be linking those projects to the master project file. And I'm going to save this with the project 1 name into my location. You can do it any particular location where you want it to. I'm going to have this on my desktop by now, and this will be my project file, and I call it like project 1. It has been saved. Let me go to my destination. So that is my project 1. So let's have some copies of it. We will be integrating all the sub projects with same kind of task so that we can see more about the features. Okay, let's have some copies. So maybe like 5 copies. Here we go. We have like 5 copies of it. Also, we will be naming them project 2, project 3, project 4, and project 5. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to go into individual projects as well, and we name those summary tasks as per the name. That is very important and essential part as well. So to save and close from here so that the application won't get closed. We'll open the third one. Just name it F2, name it 3 and save it. Make sure it gets saved. And same thing we will be doing with the project 4 as well. This is where we are 4. And the last one will be the 5. All right. So we have these 5 projects ready. And I'm also closing the project 1. Okay, so we can see we have 5 projects. Okay, we have another copy of that, and that will be acting as master project. Or we can call it like master program. Okay, so the idea is that we will be opening the master program and we will be integrating these 5 projects under it. And we will be doing in such a way that if anything gets changed in project 1, it automatically gets reflected in the master project as well. Or we can even do the vice versa. If anything we want to change in program master program, it gets changed in project 1 as well. So that we can use both ways connection. All right, let's open the master program. Okay, currently we can see that it has all the activities of project 1 with the summary name of project 1 because we have saved the same file. And the idea of saving the same file rather than going with the empty file is that with the same file we will be having all those customized things that we have already done in that particular thing, so that we will be getting all the advantages of the customization we have already done. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to delete from the first. You cannot delete the first one, which is here, because that has been created by the Microsoft projects itself function, but these are the customized tasks, so we'll be going to delete them all from here. Right click and then delete, and we will be naming that as well as master program, and we'll be keeping it safe. All right, so now it's time to link the first project. So what we need to do is we need to go to the next where we want to have the first project. I will be going to do in the first line underneath of it. If we do it here or here, it automatically goes there, and then we'll be having a lot of empty spaces. But I'm going to do insert the first project right here. I'm going into the project, and we have this in the insert sub projects. We're just inserting a sub project 1, and I can see that project 1 here simply, and make sure that link is clicked. If that is not clicked, then it will embed the project rather than creating a dual link. What we are interested in to creating a dual two-way traffic link, so we will need to select and check, make sure to select that link here, and then we will be going to insert the first project. All right, here we can see this, our project 1 is getting ready, and if we just open it, compress it, we can see all the projects listing is there exactly the same way, and we can collapse it. And also if we just collapse the master program, we can see it is also getting the same way. And also you will be noticing the indicator bar has this particular sign here that indicates that okay, that master file has some sub projects. If you take your mouse to there, it automatically shows you the location as well. Okay, that is the location where the sub project has been available, has been created. Okay, in the same way we will be adding the sub projects further, going into the sub project and adding a second project. It's there. We will be going again sub project, the third project there, we're going again sub project, and fourth, and same process for the fifth. All right, now we can see our 5 projects are in there. Let me just scroll to zoom. I will be seeing the entire project here. Okay, this is my project interface right here. Okay, now I can see that my complete list of projects is ready. If I go into the view and set the outline to maybe the lowest level, I can see my detailed project list has been ready. For project 1, if I want to see the second project, I just need to select the level 2, level 9. I can see that. Okay, the important thing also, we can see that if we see the project 1, okay, it is going to have 1 and again 1. and then we can see the ID number is kept on there till the last project. And then we have see the project 2, it's starting from the 2 and then again 1. That is why, because the second project has different ID number, if you want to have a dependencies in there, so we can link the dependencies accordingly. For example, if I go into the predecessor insert column and open the predecessor column and I check some of the predecessor were already there, and if I check the predecessor for the second project, I can see that still the same predecessor. That is something not happen once we add all the projects under one file within one row. We can connect them individually, but in the sub project scenario we cannot connect the projects underneath of it. Just like this one, we can see it has like 2, 3, 4 and 15. If we just want to select any out of the project, any out of the project rather than the different project fields, we cannot see that because we can only connect between activities with one activity. Okay, let me move down to have this one with outline 1. I can see my master project file in here. But what we can do is we can connect the project itself, right? If I go back in there, I want to connect project 1 activity and the project activity 2. For example, I want to add the define the project scope activity of this second project with the ordered activity like 26. I cannot link it here because that is not in there, because that is connected with the outlet sources. But the good thing within the project management is that if we go into the level 1 and we want to create a link between projects itself, that is something we can do. For example, I want the project to be started right after the project 1. What I need to do is I need to go to the predecessor and I simply need to select a project 1 here. So we can see now it gets ending on 24 and it straight away on 14 we can start a second project as well. So this is something we can do in the master project file, and that will follow exactly the same route as the project number 2 is in there. And you might wonder that why the duration has been shortened. It is the reason because the sub-summary task, the kickoff meeting was constrained to a specific date. And that date was not fulfilled in there because that is not being linked. So if we just keep in link there, it automatically follows the rest of them. Let me just show you. If we go into the project number 2, I can see that the link was not created in there. But if we have a link there, it automatically be generated accordingly. So when we have a recurring activity, we have to keep an eye that these activities must have been linked with one another. So that is a little limitation we have to check whenever we are having with the recurring activities. But all in all, we can manage multiple kind of projects within one project, and we can link the project activities, wholesome project within the same project environment.